Beautiful day here at Frog Pond. I picked up these few rocks this morning. This one looks like there's an eagle flying out of that rock. And they look really interesting. But this one is really interesting. I've been looking for one like this. It has a really, really good human face on one side and with the feather coming back. And it sort of proves a theory that I've been working on. Not prove. It's just another piece of the puzzle as to why was a human face put in there. It's to make those two tools. But let me clean it up. See if I'm just, whatever. Bye for now. I know how to do it. I think I know how to do it. If you wanted to hunt a cave lion, you would get 2 or 3 of your buddies, and they would have long spears with big blades, jabbing spears, not throwing spears. And you would kind of creep up on the cave lion. And now behind these 2 or 3 buddies, you'd have a couple of girls that are really good with atlatls. And when you get up within 15, 20 feet of the cave lion, the girls would holler, "Duck!" And all of us would duck, and the girls would throw those atlatls, and you'd end up with 2 different things. You would end up with three different things. You would have 4 things actually. You'd have the one, it would be the skin, the hide. 2 would be the meat, and 3 would be the memory of the whole adventure, and 4. What would be 4? Oh, 4 is you'd have a really good story to tell. This is a few more from the woods. Just water hosed off. I haven't cleaned them up totally yet. This one is a sawtooth edge. I guess saw. These 2 are cleavers. They're held real comfortable. They fit just right for a cleaver. Very, very old patina. It's been worked to be a cleaver. Bam. Nice little cleaver. This is another cleaver. Falls in your hand just like that. Real comfortable. And it had been given that edge many, many, many years ago. And it's, they've all got some really neat images on them. This is a little color cup, and I think the color is yellow. These colors show up really good when I buffed them and cleaned them and put a little light glaze of polymer on them. This is a color cup that was a sort of between yellow and red, I think. We'll see later. This one was red, a color cup for red, or possibly yellow-red. You'll notice on color cups, they always have a little channel. I got a whole bunch of examples of it. As if they want to pour something out. I don't know. These are 2 grades of sanding tools that are a higher grit than polishing. Just a bit more grainy to this sanding tool. And this one's especially grainy. It fits in every way to be that, but the angle through there and that, but it's the wear at some spots show that it was really got down on some wood. And I'll clean those up. We'll come back to them. I've only cleaned 2 so far of those stones. This one and that one. This these two are the ones I thought that were sanding tools, and this one is. This is a nice sanding tool. And this I thought was a sanding tool, but I really don't think so. And I've looked this over and I cannot find tool use on it. I can't find a cutting edge or an abrasion edge or any hammer use or any abrasion on the edge. I can't find, excuse me, I can't find a tool use on it. So I just started looking for images, and I see, well, there's a bird right there. There's his eye. Let me get right here. And one wing goes up to here. The other wing goes back that way. And his tail comes down to here. And on the other side, that bird is viewed from this angle right there. And that's the bird's eye, head, beak. And one wing goes that way, and the other wing comes up to here. And if you look close, you can see the feathers. This one should clean up really, really nice. And there's the tail of that bird. This one, I haven't cleaned this one yet. This is, oops. This was a cleaver, and this is a cleaver. I haven't cleaned this one yet. It's held really well right there. So, like that for cleaver. I haven't cleaned that one. This one's really super interesting. It's held real well for a little cleaver. And that rough bottom is not for sanding. That was for cracking nuts. And it could be that this is just a kitchen tool for cracking up nuts, and the cleaver part to crushing up the nuts. Because I'm sure the nuts had to be processed. But it's got a really neat image on it. It's got a human face. It's really plain. Right there. And there's something on the head, like a bird, right up there. And the human face starts down there, right there, and goes that way. And the same thing on this side. But to me, the image is seen best turned this way. This is a really good image. You see the eye, nose, mouth. And there's sort of a bird on top of it. Right there. And the color. That's a separation of two colors, red and black. That had to be done on purpose. That's an interesting stone. But that's the only two I've cleaned so far. I'll get back to them. This is 3 pieces that I've cleaned as far as I want to go. And they've been kind of buffed, and then a light glaze of polymer to give them a little bit of shine. There's several images on each one, but I just want to focus in on the birds. I get lost if I try to just go all the way around the rock. But anyway, I just want to show the birds. This is a bird. See, both wings and tail comes back to there. And also there's a human face on each one, and it seems like the bird is worn on the head of the person. For instance, this is one right here. Even shows feathers coming back or his hair coming back. But anyway, that's one bird. This is this one, which is that little cleaver and nutting stone, I think. But the bird is right there. And his tail comes down there and comes across there. One wing is there in the red. And the other wing, see, this wing had enough room on this stone to come all the way to the corner, right out there, the tip of the wing. But on this side, and I've seen this often on stones, they want the same length of wing. But anyway, it goes right here and right here, or wait a minute, it goes right through there, and it folds over to right here. That's that wing. And that's one bird, or that's the bird on that stone. And as I said, there's a human face right down here too. This one cleaned up as good as I could get it. That staining in there, I couldn't get that out. But that's a pretty neat bird right there. There's his face. And the wings are up. And this wing folds over a bit to right there. You can see the triangle down in there. And this one went right to the tip. Maybe over a little bit. But the wings are always the same width or length or whatever on these figures. But that's a bird in there. His tail fans out through here. And these are feathers coming down through here. But this one is a better, more or whatever, feathers and stuff. But it's stained, so you have to kind of look past that. This one is viewed by turning it to where you're looking at the bird sort of that way. And one wing comes to right there. And the other wing comes over and folds over to right there at that sharp point. If I can catch it in the right light, you can see lots of feathers and stuff in there. Melissa has shown some stones that she's painting, and I am so tempted just to take a chance and try to paint that back in there or something so folks could see it more than I can see it. As much or whatever. I don't know. Anybody got any opinion on that? Repainting these. Now that was a yellowish red bird, and there was some color right here. Color residue left over. There was a reddish. The black may be stain, I think. I don't know. But that's that person's face in miniature. And I'm finding that more often too. The human face could be real small. You just have to look for it. And but that's 3. And that's all I'll be able to get this week. I gotta talk to y'all later. Oh, I want to stop on one thing. This one. Or maybe it's not this one, but I sure do want to find it and show it to you. There's a scene on the side of one of these stones that is definitely, what's the word? Scenery, There's trees, mountains. I'll find it. Bye for now. Let me say this one more time, because I think it's really important. These folks kept the wings the same length. And whoops, this is that bird. Wait a minute. His tail comes to right here, right through there. And this wing comes up here and folds over to right there. And that is that mountain scene. That's what I'm seeing. I see a mountain, a moon up there, clouds. But anyway, that's right there, the tip of the wing of that bird. That bird. And this one comes down here, and it's not going to be rounded. The wing isn't. So they brought it over to right there. That little sharp point right there, which is other stuff too, but that's the tip of that wing of that bird. Folks, I just come from the woods. I found these 5 rocks, and they look really interesting. This one I see a bird, and I kind of think it might be an owl. It sort of looks like I'm seeing both eyes look straight forward, but I'm not sure. But I do see the wing on that side, and real obvious on that side. And it seems that it's reached down and clutched onto something. And usually it's a snake that the image is clutched onto, but I'm not sure. I just want to do a different little thing about this one. I don't want to clean up any part of this stone except the bird. The bird and maybe whatever it's clutched onto. I want to clean these wings up real well, show the feathers real well, but nothing else. Mainly to show the contrast between what a stone looks like before and after it's been cleaned with, I like to use Brasso on this one so I don't get any runoff like wet sand or something. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do with that one. They're still dirty. These are all really interesting, and it may be that I find something else that I want to do that same thing to, but I'm not sure if these are not just rocks. Well, ooh, there's something looking at me right out there. When I see 2 opposing eyes of some sort of image or something, if I see it in one place, I feel like the rock may have it in other places. These are that way. But this one, I just want to play with this one and clean that bird. Bye for a little while. I'm back. That stone's going to look so cool. Now I'll clean it up and show you. Folks, the very first clip of this video, I had brought some stones up from the woods, the dirt, and they were dirty. And I was talking about an insight. This piece here actually is a better one to explain it. I've seen it often, and it's in this face right here, of course, this is all mouth, but a lot of times this little peak right here will be the nose of a human figure, and there'll seem to be, there's 2 slices here that created the nose. Then they'll put an eye in there or something. And but that nose right there, I I speculated that, well, see, if I could turn this sideways, you'd see that this is a sharp edge right through here, a scraping edge. And these two naps right here and here created a real sharp crescent, a small crescent-shaped scraping tool. And I assumed that it was for about a size of this or something for scraping. And it is. I mean, it's a tool. But more and more I'm seeing that the tip of this right here between the two, it has as much wear as these do. So it seems that this little peak right here was left high on purpose. It's part of a tool that goes from here to here. So if this was scraped down a piece of wood, it would make an edge, a deeper edge, and then it would scrape this side, which would create cordage. You know, you can make rope out of it or whatever, of the bark. It just seems that way. It seems like this tool is not just two crescent side cutters, and that little peak has a purpose. So I'm finding on a lot of human faces that that's where the tool use is right there where it has the nose or mouth, and on this one it's different. But anyway, like I said, I haven't proved nothing.